One area or aspect of broiler farming that a lot of farmers find difficult to comprehend is the aspect of finance, right? A lot of broiler farmers don't understand this, and this has pushed them out of the broiler farming business. And when I mean finance, I mean the cash flow into the business and the cash flow outside, that is the revenue generated, right? So from this, you'll be able to know your profit, but most broiler farmers don't know about this, and that is what we are going to be discussing today. And I'm also going to tell you a strategy that I use to make sure I always make profit on any batch of broiler that I sell. Okay, before we do that, for those of you that are new to this channel, I am Oche from Broiler Farms. I'm a successful broiler farmer in Port Harcourt. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I leave helpful tips for broiler farmers, right? And in the comment section is always very interactive, so you leave a comment. Then you can also give me a thumbs up if you find this video helpful. Then you can share it. If you feel that this information should reach someone that you know, you can share this video. Okay, then I also have a lot of freebies, a lot of documents in the description below. The documents I use on my farm, I'm giving it to you guys for free. You can download it and use it the way you want on your farm. Okay, now let's dive into today's topic. For you to better understand the cash flow both inward and outward of your business, you must first of all understand cost. Okay, and I categorize our cost into three major categories, right? I categorize them into fixed costs, into variable costs, and into hidden costs. Okay, now the fixed cost is the cost of the structure. Those are costs that you don't incur them anytime you bring a new batch of birds to the farm. Okay, like your house, the cage, the feeders, the overhead tank, the structure you put in place, stuff like that. You don't buy them every time, right? So those are fixed costs. Then we talk about variable costs. These variable costs are the costs you incur when you bring a new batch of birds to the farm, right? Like the cost of your day-old chicks, the cost of your feed, which is about 60 to 70% of the total cost, right? The cost of your liters, if you are buying litter, right? The cost of utilities, that is electricity or water in case you are buying for a particular batch of bird, and stuff like that. Those expenses that you need to make when you are bringing a new batch of birds. Okay, those are the variable costs. Then there are some costs that are hidden. A lot of people don't take notice of them, but you need to put them into account. Okay, I call them hidden costs. For example, the cost of mortality. Your birds that are dying, you don't forget to add the cost of those birds. Okay, then also if you received a loan from the bank before you start a business, the interest on the loan, please don't forget that. I am calling that a hidden cost too. With the understanding of this cost, it's going to help you when it comes to your cash in and cash out, and it's going to help you analyze very well in your broiler farm. Now, why is this issue of costs very important, right? We need to know our cost per bird. This is very important. It's a very important factor when it comes to broiler business. And most people, if you ask them what is the cost of producing one of your chick, they don't really know, right? They just think they'll produce the chick and sell at market value. They don't know whether they are losing or not, right? So you need to know your cost per chick. That is why this analysis of this cost is very important. So for you to get the total cost of one bird, you need to add your feed plus your day-old chick plus your medications and vaccines, right? Plus utilities like electricity, water, and things like that, plus your labor if you're hiring a worker. Okay, if you are doing it yourself, you don't need to add anything, but if you're hiring a worker, okay, you can add the salary there. Okay, then other miscellaneous like transportation and things like that, unforeseen circumstances that you just spend your money on. Okay, it should be in the miscellaneous, right? Then all this, when you add all these costs up, you divide it by total survival. When you divide it by the total survival, you get the cost per bird. That is the cost per bird. This is a very important calculation when it comes to broiler farming business. At any point, you need to know the cost of your bird. Okay, now we've known how to calculate cost per bird, right? Now I'm going to show you a strategy that I use. Okay, before I invented this strategy, I've lost millions. Okay, but this strategy will help you to prevent losses, right? This strategy is going to help you to prevent losses, and that is what I am adopting now on my farm. So before I bring a batch of bird to the farm, I do reverse engineering. That is, I try to calculate my profit from the end, then I work it down to the beginning, right? I don't just go inside and expect to have a good outcome and pray to God that I sell it well. No, I know what I am supposed to get at the end, even before I start the business. Okay, this is going to help you very well. It is called thinking backward. It has helped me a lot, right? So what do you do, right? For you to do this, you need to know the market price at the time you want to sell. If I'm to raise 100 beds, for example, okay, I want to raise a batch of 100 beds for 7 weeks, right? Now, in 7 weeks time, the beds will be ready, and the price of beds in 7 weeks time will not have much difference from the price of bed now in the market. So in 7 weeks time, I'll try to calculate what the price is going to be in the market. So if the price is going to be 10,000 naira, for example, right, and I want to make a profit from this bed, right? So okay, so if I say, okay, I want to make a profit of 3,000 naira from my bed, then I'll be left with 7,000 naira as my running cost, right? So you can see what I mean by knowing the end from the beginning, right? So now I have 7,000 naira, and this 7,000 naira is what is going to be my running cost for each bed, and I'll try as much as possible to make sure that the running cost is within that 7,000 naira. Okay, so I will just show you this on the slide so that you understand it better. Let me show you this on the slide. Okay, I'll have to use the screen to explain this to you. My total beds that I want to raise for 7 weeks is 100. As you can see here, total number of beds to be raised for 7 weeks, 100. Expected market price per bed, after I've done my market survey and I've known the price, assuming the price is 10,000 naira. Okay, then expected market price, that is the total market price. So if I'm raising 100 beds and the expected market price is 10,000, then I should expect 1 million as my total expected market price. That is my total revenue, right? It should be 1 million. Now, I told you guys before, I used to estimate my profit even before starting the business. Just like I said before, if I'm expecting a profit of 3,000 naira per bed, and if the market price is 10,000 naira and I'm expecting a profit of 3,000 naira per bed, okay, so the total profit I am expecting from the 100 beds will be 100 times 3,000 naira, which is 300,000 naira, right? Okay, now definitely there should be mortality, definitely, okay, but I always put a range to my mortality. Okay, I put a range to my mortality. Most times I try to target a mortality rate of not more than 10%. Okay, so if we estimate a mortality rate of no more than 10%, okay, so that means the estimated surviving beds will be 90. Therefore, the estimated total sales after 7 weeks will be 90 beds times 10,000 naira, okay, which will give us 900,000 naira. No longer the 1 million, because we are estimating a mortality of 10%. Okay. Now, our working capital, like I told you, I want to make a profit of 3,000 naira per bed, right? And the total of that 3,000 naira for 100 beds. Now I am not using this 90. You people should take note so that you not eat into your profit. I am not using this 90. I am still using the 100, right? So my working capital is our 900, which is our estimated total market sales. Our estimated total revenue is 900 if we have removed a mortality rate of 10%. So it will be 900,000 naira minus 300,000 naira, which will give us 600,000 naira. Now I will try to maintain that mortality rate of 10%, 100%. I'll try as much as possible. So this 600,000 naira may be more, okay, but as a benchmark, let's use this 600,000 naira to work. Now let's go back to our running costs now, okay. Day old chick, the price varies in Nigeria, sometimes from 35, 40, 50, 60, 70. I think right now is like 72, 75 also, okay, but it fluctuates. So let's take an average of 50,000 naira. It may go up anyway, but let's use an average of 50,000 naira, and sometimes it gets as low as 35,000 naira. So that's why I'm using an average of 50,000 naira, okay. So times 2, because 2 cartons is 100, right? So times 2 will be 100,000 naira, okay. Then medication and vaccine, a vial of Lasuta for 100 dose, I think is like 2,000 naira or so. Same thing for Gumboro, and you can buy like 2 each. 2 each is enough, okay. Sometimes people vaccinate 3 times, but I vaccinate 2 times, okay. So 2 times is enough, and plus other medication, it's not going to be more than 30,000 naira. I'm very sure of this. Then transportation, the major transportation here is bringing your day old chick to the farm, and your maybe other things like charcoal where you went to buy the vaccine and stuff like that. It's better you get these things at once, okay. So the transportation will not be more than 20,000 naira, right? Then 1 bag of charcoal for brooding will be I think the last time I bought it is 12,000 naira from my area. Then other things you will likely need is the sawdust. I told you before, the sawdust, I get them for free. So you just go to a nearby timber shop and you can just get sawdust from there. They get it for free. They will even be happy that you're packing them, because most of them are waste for them, okay. Then brooding paper, I've always advised you guys, you can use old newspapers, old textbooks, old exercise books, okay. If you have kids, if they are moving from one class to another, most of those books that they used before are old, so you can use them, okay. So you don't need to add those costs. Then if you are keeping 100 beds, I don't think it is economical to get a worker. You can handle 100 beds. It is when you are going maybe like 500, 300, 500 that you need a worker. So for 100 beds, you don't need a worker. Ideally, for it to be economical for you. But if you chose to have a worker, then this is your estimated profit. You need to reduce it because you need to pay your workers from inside. Then assuming you are doing it yourself, then we don't need to add the salary of the worker here, okay. Then the feed ranges from 22,000 down to 27,000. There are some feed that are 27,000, while there are some feed that are 21,000. Those feeds are also good. Even the ones that are 27,000, they have good quality quite well, but I think the brand name has given them that top position. That's why the price is high. It doesn't mean that the ones that they sell around 23, 24, 25 don't have good quality. They also have good quality, but those ones at the top, they've earned a name for themselves, so they are like expensive. So you can go for the ones that are 23 thereabouts, okay. So let's assume the feed is 23,000. Ideally for 6 weeks we need between 14 to 15 bags, but since we are keeping it till 7 weeks, let's say we'll have 18 bags, right, which will give us 404,000 naira. So this is our total running cost. If you add all the total running cost, you have 576,000 naira. So you still have like 24,000 naira to play around with. You can see what I'm saying. You still have like 24,000 naira to play around with. Maybe look for any other expenses that was not listed here, and you incurred. You can just take care of it with that one, right? So if you do everything well, you are going to make your profit of 300,000 naira. So no matter what happened, right, I try to make sure that I work within this 600,000 naira as my running cost. You people should take note of this. This is where a lot of people go wrong, okay. You can decide, maybe as you keeping your chicken, someone can decide, come and tell you, you need to add this booster to their feed, it will make them big, and you've not thought of that when you are calculating your running cost, it's better you don't do it. Okay, don't go and get anything extra, right? Just continue with this, just work with this money that you have planned for it. Okay, if you work with it, then you are going to get your 300,000 naira profit. So this is a strategy that has been helping me. I calculate my profit, calculate everything I know will go wrong. I check everything before I start. Okay, so broiler farmers, this is an advice for you. If you can use this strategy, good. And if you have any other strategy you are using that is working for you, please educate us in the comment section. Let us all know. We are all learning on this platform. Okay, so this is the strategy I use to make sure I always have profit on my farm. Now, if you're a new broiler farmer, definitely you need to add the cost of your building. That is the fixed cost, your building, your facilities like the feeders, the drinkers, and stuff like that. You need to add all those costs, right? Now, I did not add that cost here because they are fixed costs. You can use those things for several batches, right? Now, what you will do is this 300,000 naira, that is your profit. You don't just start spending it or start enjoying it that you've made profit, right? You should know that the cost of the building and every other fixed cost is coming from this one. So maybe after you must have done 100 beds for like 3 or 4 consecutive batches, you realize your fixed costs that you used to build the house and get all those things in order, right? Then after that, you know that any money you are getting now is your real profit. You can keep them, you can reinvest them, you can sometimes you celebrate with it. It's good to celebrate your wins once in a while. So this is how to make sure that you don't lose in your broiler farming business. Okay guys, so that is the strategy that I have used, and I believe it's going to help you guys to just try to calculate your cost per bed, try to know the price of bed in the market, try to add your profit to it. Then you know that the remainder will be your cost of production per bed, and you try as much as possible to work within that cost of production. I hope this video is helpful. If you find it helpful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave comments in the comment section below, and also share the video to anybody you know that is going to need this information. And if you are new, please subscribe to this channel. Okay, so what we just discussed is in one of the module in the course I just released. That is a module 13. It talked about costing, talks about marketing, talks about branding, and it talks about sales. Okay, so module 13 of the course I just released, you have this topic there, right? It's going to help you. Now, when I started this channel, telling people my experience and the strategies and the tricks I use on my farm, a lot of people reached out to me, right? And I showed them a lot of things. I mentored a lot of people, right? And they've started their farm, and some people have implemented some SOPs on their farm. Okay, so that is why I decided to put out a course for everybody that would want to reach out to me, right? So it's not that I will not guide you. Okay, if you want this course, you can contact me directly. I'll leave my WhatsApp number somewhere on the screen, right? You contact me directly so that it will not be just getting the course. Okay, I'm going to show you what you need to do. Okay, in addition to the course, I'm going to mentor you, right? And I'm going to let you know how to implement systems on your farm. You can reach me, we'll talk one-on-one, and I'm going to explain to you how to do it. Okay, so Mr. Patrick, okay, Mr. Patrick, you sent me a message 3 days back in the comment section that you want a 100% discount because I've given 100% discount to people before, right? So contact me. I said you should send me a mail, but if not, send me a mail. Contact me. Let me talk. Let's talk. You said you just started your business. Okay, let's talk. Let me see how this course can help you. First of all, that is the most important thing. Okay, so anybody that wants to reach me, my WhatsApp number will be on the screen, my email will be on the screen, and even in the description of this video you can also get my WhatsApp number and my email. Okay, so do contact me, okay, and I will tell you what to do and how to go about it. So I hope you find today's video very helpful, because we talked about costing and how you run your business without ever losing again. So this is Oche from Broiler Farms. Peace. I'm out.